Today we're taking a look at these NFL matches, which are happening on October 27, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. And if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. By becoming a member of the High Stakes Patreon, you will have access to our best team picks, total picks, parlay picks and much more. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting predictions that ends up costing you a lot of time and money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Tampa Bay Buccaneers vs Baltimore Ravens. For the season, the Ravens stand 26th in the league in passing offense with 189.7 yards per game through the air, while they are 5th in rushing offense with 156.3 yards per contest. Baltimore is 6th in the league in scoring offense with 25.9 points per contest, while they are 21st in scoring defense by allowing 23 points per game. Lamar Jackson is 121 of 197 passing for 1,397 yards with 13 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. He leads the team on the ground with 66 carries for 510 yards plus 2 scores, though he has been sacked 14 times. Kenyon Drake, 42 carries, 189 yards, TD, Justice Hill, 24 carries, 151 yards, J.K. Dobbins, 35 carries, 123 yards, TD, and Gus Edwards, 16 carries, 66 yards, 2 TD, have all seen a share of the run game on the season. Mark Andrews leads the team with 39 receptions for 455 yards and 5 scores on the year. Rashad Bateman, 15 receptions, 285 yards, 2 TD, Devin Duvernay, 20 catches, 282 yards, 3 TD, and rookie tight end Isaiah Likely, 10 grabs, 104 yards, are all over the 100-yard mark in receiving yards. Justin Tucker has hit 19 of 20 extra point attempts and 14 of 15 field goal tries, with a long of 56 this year. Baltimore nearly let another double-digit lead slip away, but managed to escape with a win at home over Cleveland Sunday to avoid that ignominious achievement. The Ravens enter this game tied with the Bengals atop the AFC North with a 4-3 record, though they own the tiebreaker based on their Week 5 head-to-head victory. Against Cleveland, Baltimore trailed 10-3 after the opening quarter, before reeling off 17 unanswered points to lead 20-10 midway through the third quarter. The Ravens saw their lead trimmed to 3 with 9 minutes to play, but thwarted the Browns' attempts to tie or take the lead. They blocked a potential tying field goal attempt, then recovered a fumble on the game's final play to secure the win. Baltimore was outgained 336-254 in total offense, lost the first down battle 18-17, but forced a pair of turnovers against one giveaway. The Ravens also controlled the clock by a 34-0 to 24-56 margin in the contest. Tom Brady has completed 198 of 296 passes for 1,942 yards, with 8 touchdowns against 1 interception. Leonard Fournette leads the ground game with 103 carries for 362 yards plus a score. Rookie Rashad White, 26 carries, 71 yards, TD, is next in line in the ground game. In the passing game, Fournette leads the team with 34 receptions for 239 yards and 3 scores this season. Mike Evans, 33 grabs, team-high 454 yards, 3 TD, Chris Godwin, 29 grabs, 293 yards, Russell Gage, 29 catches, 231 yards, TD, and Kate Otten, 16 catches, 163 yards, each, have more than 150 receiving yards on the season. Ryan Succop has connected on 8 of 8 extra points and 16 of 17 field goal attempts, with a long of 54 this season. This one is a bizarre one to say the least. Baltimore has blown double-digit leads to lose in each of their 3 defeats this season, including a pair of 17-point advantages at home. Meanwhile, Tampa Bay has just 1 touchdown in their last 9+ quarters and have dropped 4 of their last 5 games. They sputtered through a stretch against the Falcons, Steelers and Panthers, where you'd expect them to go 3-0, just 1-2, and Brady is staring at only his second 3-game slide in his career and his first since 2002. There's nothing to like about the Buccaneers right now, even playing at home, after seeing them gashed by a pair of secondary running backs for Carolina. Tampa Bay's offense is stuck in neutral, and it should be a heavy dose of the ground game for Baltimore. In a slugfest, Baltimore gets the upper hand to drop Tampa Bay to 3-5 nearing the midway point. Take the Baltimore Ravens minus 1.5 points. Baltimore is 6th in the NFL in scoring, averaging 25.9 points per game. The Ravens are 15th in the NFL in total offense, averaging 346.0 yards per game, including 156.3 yards rushing and 189.7 yards passing per game. Lamar Jackson has 1,397 yards passing with 13 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. The dual-threat quarterback is also leading Baltimore in rushing with 510 yards and a pair of touchdowns on the ground. Tight end Mark Andrews is Jackson's favorite target with team highs in receptions with 39, yardage with 455, and touchdown receptions with 5. Tampa Bay suffered their third straight loss as their offense was put in a stranglehold by a one-win Carolina team Sunday afternoon on the road. The Buccaneers fell to 3-4 on the season and are atop the NFC South as they own a head-to-head win over the Falcons. Against Carolina, Tampa Bay's offensive issues continued as they failed to get on the scoreboard until the opening 9.0 seconds of the fourth quarter and didn't find the end zone at all. The Buccaneers were beaten by a Panthers team that started their third-string QB, P.J. Walker, and used a running back duo of Chuba Hubbard and Donta Foreman. Tampa Bay lost the total offense battle 343-322, though they held advantages in first downs, 17-14, and time of possession, 30-36 to 29-24 in the game. There were no turnovers in the contest. Tampa Bay is scoring an average of 17.7 points per game, which is 25th in the NFL. Tampa Bay is 22nd in total offense, averaging 330.6 yards per game, which consists of just 64.4 yards rushing and 266.1 yards passing per game. Tampa Bay's running game is the NFL's worst. Tom Brady has 1,942 yards passing with 8 touchdowns and has been intercepted only once. The NFL's worst running game is led by Leonard Fournette with 362 yards and 1 touchdown. Mike Evans has 33 receptions for a team-best 454 yards and is tied for the team lead in TD receptions with 3. If not for an above-average defense, Tampa Bay would be worse off than 3-4. Tampa Bay is allowing an average of 17.7 points per game, which is the exact amount that the Buccaneers are scoring per game. Tampa Bay is 5th best in the NFL in points allowed, and its overall defense is 7th, allowing an average of 308.3 yards per game, which includes 118.3 yards rushing and 190.0 yards passing per game. Linebackers Lavonte David and Devin White each have 53 tackles to lead Tampa Bay, while the leader in quarterback sacks is Vita Vea with 3.5. Cornerback Jamel Dean has a team-best 2 interceptions. Tampa Bay scored only 3 points in its most recent loss to Carolina this past Sunday, when a total of 24 points was scored in a loss to Carolina. Tampa Bay has scored an average of only 14.0 points over its last 3 games played. Baltimore holds its own on offense with the 5th best scoring average, but is allowing only 23.0 points per game. The total has finished under in 13 the last 18 games that Baltimore has played on the road and in each of Baltimore's last 4 games overall. In addition, the total has finished under in 6 of Tampa Bay's last 7 overall. Take the under 43.5 points.